Sean Payton, head coach of the Denver Broncos, yesterday or today. It was yesterday at the NFL owners, general managers meetings. Hey, it's good to be the king if you're Monti Ossenfort.
I think it's realistic. What's hard to predict, though, is like what's on the receiving end. You know, I think it's good to be Monty today at Arizona, right? So it's hard to predict what that cost is, and yet I certainly wouldn't say it's unrealistic, and we'll pay close attention to it.
I mean, you're Denver. You have no quarterback. You have no quarterback.
I'm sorry. I just have this mental image of Monti Ossenfort sitting on like a gold throne, smoking a big cigar and having his shoes shine right now. Like, yeah, it is good to me, B. It is very, very good to me.
You're thinking Telly Savalas right now?
Maybe it's the no hair. It's the bald thing. I don't know what it is. I just picture Monti Ossenfort in like a really expensive suit, smoking a big fat stogie, sitting on a gold throne, having his shoes shine right now, going, yep, it's good to be me. Good to be me,
Listen,
baby.
he could start this off by any conversation for the number 4 pick has to start with 3 first-round draft picks, so don't call me. I mean, he can basically do that.
He basically could.
Because he's in such a position of power. The Cardinals have 2 first-round picks. You're like, well, I'll give you a second first-round pick. I already have a second first-round pick. Like, you know, like I don't need another second. I have a second first-round pick. I'm picking twice in the first round. I'll stay at 4. I'll take Marvin Harrison Jr. He's the best wide receiver in the draft, and I'm good. I don't have to do anything. So if you're offering me like 11 and 23, thanks, but no thanks. Like I want next year's first. I want the ability to really cash in. You want a quarterback? You want J.J. McCarthy? Harbaugh says he's the best quarterback in the draft. Of course, he coached him at Michigan. You have to overwhelm me with an offer. You have to overpay for it to get what you want. And if you don't want to overpay, then call somebody else. Call somebody else. Sure. Because for me, it's an overpay or you don't get it.
Yeah, because and this is why, all jokes aside, it is good to be Monty, because he's got 2 teams that are the clear, and there might even be more, but he's got 2 teams that are very clearly the 2 teams that are going to be involved in a battle royale to go to number 4, if there's going to be a team to do it.
I think there might be a third.
There probably is.
Okay.
But if you want to take your best guess on who that third is.
Giants.
You think so? At 6? Okay, that's good. That's a good guess. Yeah, that's a really good guess, actually. I like
because
that.
the Giants have to worry about, the main thing the Giants have to worry about is if nobody trades, okay, quarterbacks go 1, 2, 3. Arizona takes Marvin Harrison Jr. The Chargers take Odunze or Neighbors. And I got my guy. Mm-hmm. But what they've got to worry about is this.
The jump up.
The jump up.
This, yeah.
Because now, if somebody jumps, that's why the Giants have to be somewhat active to kind of move ahead.
That's a great point.
Somebody jumps them.
No, you know what? That's a great point. I was just going with kind of surface level analysis. You're right. But if you spend just even a little bit of time thinking about it, the Giants absolutely are on that list too. It's the Vikings, it's the Broncos, it's the Giants, and this is why it's good to be king for Monti Ossenfort, because he can sit back on his gold throne and he can just let these 3 teams bid, overbid, outspend, leverage. Hey, I just got off the phone with Denver. They're offering this. What are you going to do? Oh, hey, let me call the Giants because I just got off the phone with Minnesota. This is what they're going to do. Blah, blah, blah. The Pro Football Talk ran this story and ran the Sean Payton quote. And they speculated on how much it would cost the Broncos to move up. You ready for this?
Okay.
You ready for this?
So I have to write this down. Is it a lot?
No, I think you can remember this. How much would it cost the Broncos to move up from 12 to 4?
Okay.
If it's comparable to what the 49ers spent to move up from 12 to 3 in 2021,
okay,
that would mean the Broncos are giving up 12 this year, number 12, their first and third round picks next year, and their first-round pick in 2026.
Done. I'll make the trade right now.
You would have 2 first-rounders
this year and next year.
4 years in a row.
4 years in a row. Done.
4 years in a row.
Now,
you would have 2 first-rounders.
You do have to realize that you're now out of getting one of the top 3 offensive linemen and wide receivers.
Yes, unless you want to take the war chest that you've accumulated and move back
up
in. You know, saw another mock draft today. You had one where they moved back to 7 and took Rome Odunze. I saw one today where they moved back to 8 and took Rome Odunze. I mean,
yeah, there's a crazy mock draft that had Tennessee moving up for Joe Alt, which was an odd one, but I included it because it had the Cardinals going back down and getting Rome Odunze with Tennessee's pick. A first this year, number 12, a first next year, a third next year, and a first in 2026. Done.
Sold to the man in orange and blue.
The only way I'm giving up on Marvin Harrison Jr. if somebody gives me 3 first-round picks. I just can't. And now you're talking about getting a third, too? I can't pass that up. It's too much.
At this point, I'm going to, openly reject any mock draft that doesn't involve 3 first-round picks.
Because Monty could say no to anything that doesn't. I'll tell you right now, team calls, unless you're going to 3 first-rounders, don't even give me an offer.
Yep.
Don't even give me an offer.
Because the Vikings can do it.
You're wasting my time.
They can offer 2 this year and next year's. They can offer.
And that's what you have to say is, I have an offer for 3 first-rounders. So unless you're going to offer 3, don't bother.
Now, here's the trick with the Giants. Since the Giants are only coming from 6, the price isn't going to be as high for them.
Nope, because you could still get Odunze or Neighbors.
Right. So they're the one team where they're going to be like, we're not giving you 3 first-rounders to move up 2 spots.
Okay.
But you downshift your expectations a little bit with them, but you still hit a home run with that deal.
So I would take their first this year, their first next year, and then a third next year.
Ooh, just to move up 2 spots, huh?
I'm getting 2 first round. I'm getting 2 first rounders. Because I can move. I could get 2 first rounders. Or I can get 3. And I know I don't get my wide receiver, but I would have to get somebody else's first round pick next year.
There was a trade buzz story over the weekend on ESPN.com, and I took a little screen grab of this little nugget here from Matt Miller, one of the draft experts over at ESPN. The Vikings sent neither their GM nor their head coach to Michigan's Pro Day on Friday, but quarterbacks coach Josh McCown was firmly planted right behind J.J. McCarthy during his 25-minute throwing session. In talking to NFL personnel while on the road at Pro Days this week, the feeling is still that the Vikings will be aggressive in trading up to the 4 or 5 spot to land the Michigan quarterback. One general manager I talked to this week said McCarthy is a top 6 pick right now. I think, Gambo, we have reached that stage. We're a month out. I think the draft is 1 month from today. We are at that stage in the draft where my expectation has shifted to the Cardinals making a massive home run deal and trading out of number 4.
You think they will?
I've kind of reached that I think it's going to happen stage. It just feels like this overwhelming tidal wave of momentum of Sean Payton saying it, and the Vikings have this. Now you're talking about the Giants. It feels like Monti Ossenfort is going to be able to sit back and just go, hey.
How can I not do it?
How can I not do this?
I think so.
have to do this.
I think so, too.
Yep. So I don't know if I'd go ordering any Marvin Harrison Jr. Cardinal jerseys just yet.
Don't get them made. Don't get those jerseys made.
Don't get them made. If your heart is set on Marvin Harrison Jr. being a Cardinal, you might want to change your expectations.
What if we just got you an Ossenfort jersey? I mean, it was a time you had a Keim jersey.
God, you had to remind me of that. I still have that.
You still have it.
I still have.
You got a Keim jersey.
I still have the Steve Keim jersey.
Burnsy had a Keim jersey.
Somewhere.
It's for sale right now. Anybody want it for $100?
No, it's not for sale.
For sale.
It's a unless Steve wants to buy it. If Steve wants it, he can.
Come on, you wouldn't sell that for $100 right now?
No, it was a gift.
It was a gift?
It was a gift from the Cardinals. There was a stretch there, and if it feels like it was 10 years ago, it's because it was literally 10 years ago, where it felt like Steve Keim could do no wrong as general manager of the Cardinals. I know, Lauren's looking at me like I'm nuts. You were a kid when it happened, but it's true. It felt like everything he touched just turned to gold, right? And I remember at one point saying on the air on this show, man, I forget about a Carson Palmer jersey, forget about a Fitz jersey. I want a Steve Keim jersey. This guy's just killing it. So the Cardinals actually had one made for me with the number that he wore in college at NC State. I still have it in a box somewhere at home.
In a box? It's not even hung up in the closet?
No,
it's in a box?
Where's it in a box somewhere?
What's in the box?
It's in a nicely
Steve Keim jersey.
Sealed, airtight box with a little piece of cedar in it probably to make sure it doesn't go bad or get spoiled or anything.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's not for sale. It was a gift from the Cardinals.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.